Hi y'all, so today I'm going to show you how I do my slip knot cast on, and this cast on I use for hats mostly, but anything with a rib that you want a lot of stretch with, it will work. So you can see here on this cast on edge, it looks really ruffly because it follows the knits and purls perfectly, and it is super stretchy. You can see here the ridges that it forms with the stitches. Versus a long tail cast on here, you can see how it has that sharp line going across all the stitches, no matter whether or not it's a purl or a knit stitch. And looking at it from the side, it looks a lot smoother and it doesn't ruffle with the ribbing as much. Here's another example of the slip knot cast on. You see here the edge is very wrinkly, and it just follows the ribbing pattern perfectly, and look how much it can stretch. Here we just have the 6 stitches. It almost doubles in length, which makes for a very comfortable ribbing on a hat. So here I have my working yarn and a set of DPNs, just so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. This cast on works on any type of knitting needle. So pull out about 6 inches of the tail, and we're going to make a slip knot. So if you've never done a slip knot before, it's pretty simple. Make a loop with your yarn and then pick up the working yarn and pull it through. Okay, tighten down. So here we have a slip knot. So let's place that onto the needle and tighten. Okay, you want it snug, but not a death grip on the needle. You want it to be able to slide back and forth. To cast on the next stitch, take your working yarn, not the short tail, the working yarn, make a loop, insert your needle, and scoop up the working yarn. Okay, bring the stitch as close as possible to the previous stitch and kind of hold it down loosely with your finger and then tighten up the yarn. Okay, and it should look like another little purl bump. Okay, so repeat that again. So with your working yarn, make a backwards loop, insert your needle, and scoop up the working yarn through. Snug the stitch up to the previous stitch, loosely hold down, and tighten the yarn. Okay, do that again a little bit closer. Make a loop, pick up the working yarn, snug it up next to the previous stitch, and tighten up. Okay, again, sometimes when you do this, you could accidentally have more than one leg, and what happened here is that the yarn got twisted, and it didn't create this one single stitch. So the easiest way for you to fix this, I have found, is just to take it off and try again. So here we're picking up the loop again. The way you prevent that from happening is to make sure that the next stitch is snug right up next to the previous one. You can use your thumbnail a little bit, but you want to tighten up the yarn and not allow the stitch to flip and twist itself. Okay, let's try again. Backwards loop, pick up your working yarn, and then tighten up. Okay, backwards loop, pick up your working yarn, tighten up, backwards loop, pick up the working yarn, snug up next to the stitch, and tighten. Okay, and that's it. Just cast on as many stitches as you need, and that's your cast on. Backwards loop, and that's it.